Hi, you guys. This is Relentless Renee, and I'm back again with another story. This story reads: West Louisville mother blames CPS after 6-year-old daughter dies in foster care. A West Louisville woman is blaming Kentucky Child Protective Services for the death of her 6-year-old daughter. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services admit the child died, but it won't reveal much else. The girl's mother, however, took to Facebook to tell her side of the story in a video. Charity Lewis spoke for more than 30 minutes in a Facebook Live video, saying she is the voice for her daughter, Demaya White, who was nonverbal. Lewis says she took her daughter to the doctor in September, and Demaya was diagnosed with heart failure and was hospitalized. She claims the day she was supposed to take Demaya home, a caseworker took her instead, claiming medical negligence. CPS also took Lewis' other 2 children. Lewis said Demaya was placed in a foster home 2 hours from her home in West Louisville, but the state would never tell her exactly where. She said the state told her Demaya's foster mother found her unresponsive on July 1st. She was pronounced dead later that day. Lewis said in her own words, "I just want my baby's voice to be heard. I want justice for my baby because I know for a fact that they were mistreating her. They let her suffer. They took her out of my home because they felt she would be better somewhere else. Look at her now. She's not here anymore." The Cabinet for Health and Family Services released a statement, and it reads: "The Cabinet for Health and Family Services want to first and foremost respect the grieving process of the child's family. The loss of a child is tragic. We are continuing to gather all facts in this case, and at this juncture, we are legally unable to provide specific information regarding what took place. We want to assure the public and the child's family that we will conduct our work with the utmost care and professionalism as we also grieve and mourn this loss." Lewis is in Chicago planning her daughter's funeral. She said the state told her it would pay half of the funeral expenses, which she said will total $10,000. Y'all, this is just so sad. This is so sad because they didn't state anything in here whether the mother was negligence or whatever the case may be. Just like the Malia Davis case, it's like you take the kid out of a bad environment, and sometimes they're placed in a good environment, and sometimes they're in an okay environment, and to somebody lie about something, and then you put them in foster care, and now they dead. I can't even fathom how I would even be feeling right about now. God be offense. And this is just sad that, you have foster parents and they don't. I'm sorry. I think majority of some people are in it for a check. So instead of putting your kid in that type of harm's way, try to be the best parent that you can be. And I know sometimes, we don't have family members that will really back us up, and sometimes we could be back against a wall and stuff like that and don't know what to do. Especially with this young lady, her child was nonverbal. It didn't say what the child problem was, but I don't know why people would mistreat any child at all. But when it comes to special needs and stuff like that, and they're a little bit more antsier than the average child, parents and foster parents can really abuse a child because it gets so aggravated. But if you know you're not fit to be a parent, go get spayed, go get neutered, use birth controls, use condoms. Just don't have a kid. Just do not have a kid, because this is ridiculous how these kids depend on us to be their safety net. And this is a bad situation because DSS or whoever, Child Protective Service, took this child out from the mother. It's not even saying if the mother abused or what caused them to take the kid, but they took this child from the mother and placed in foster care. Didn't tell the mother anything. Now her baby is dead. I just cannot. I pray for all the children on the land, in the land, on the nation, in the nation. I just pray that God just continue to put a safety net around them, because they are so helpless and they need us as individuals. Even if you're not even biologically attached to a child, as in by blood, or if you have a neighbor or you see a kid in the grocery, if you just know something is not right, what you need to do is speak up and be a voice for that person, for that baby. I think it's your right to do that. To be a voice for these children, because they depend on us. They can't do it themselves. But I really don't see how people can be so mean when it comes to these children, to any kids at all. You know, it's just unreal. Now, I am 43 years old. I am a grandmother. My son, no, he's not ready. No, he ain't ready. My son's girlfriend, is she ready? No, she's not ready. I know she's not ready. But at the same time, I'm not going to let them fail their child. I'm not going to let them fail their child. Now, I'm coming through like super mom and super grandma at this point, because I refuse to let my grandson get into the system. I can guide them even more now, like, don't have any more. You know, but I am not going to let my grandson go liking for anything. And I know a lot of people are so against, you know, teenagers having babies and stuff like that. But this is how kids end up in the system, because they don't have parents or grandparents to help them out, especially when they get in a bind, or the child don't have food, or the child need this and need that, and you go, you know what I'm saying? That's why some kids turn out the way that they are, because they don't have a supporting family. My family supported me head and toe when it came to my children. But I expressed to my son, you better not have no more kids. But I'm going to come through for my grandson. And nobody can stop me. Because I'm not going to let his young parents fail him. And who knows, with them even taking this child away from the mom, could have put this child under a lot of stress. Just imagine you leaving your parent home, and you know what I mean? And it's not even in the best interest of the child. The child can die from heartache, from a heart attack, or just being stressed out because, hey, they miss their parent. You know, can you imagine being stripped from your parents into another household and just don't know what? But, you know, this is horrendous. And even to do it to the mother, we don't know the circumstances with her. It's clearly that her child had health problems, and she took her to the doctor. She was told bad news, and then they just yanked the kid from her. You know, so they just ripped this baby right away from her. So I know the mother is going to have some type of, you know, like PTSD and just trauma from just having to deal with all this. And this child probably just died of a heartache, you know. I can't imagine being separated from my parents when I was younger. And I wish they would have just give this child back to the mother. I hope they give the rest of her kids back. Because this is just a lot to deal with. I mean, this is crazy. So, y'all, if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, if you're a young mother, a young father, just hang in there. Reach out to someone so that you can be helped. Not saying that you will take the life of your kid, but guess what? That does not stop DSS or CPS to take your child and put your child in an environment that you know nothing about, and your child dying from the same thing that they may be accusing you of. So get your whole life together. Once you have kids, it's not even about you anymore. So continue to pray for the land. Continue to pray for the children, the elderly, anybody that's vulnerable, and each and every individual that's on this earth. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk with you in the next video. Bye-bye.